Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here, and today I have a State of the City address. Just like the president, I'm the president of this channel, so from time to time I've got to give you a State of the City address, and here it is. Well, yesterday I was out in the shop, I was trying to clean up the table, and I came across 3 1-gallon bags. I didn't recognize what this was by looking at the pieces, so I looked it up on my phone. And when I did, I was pleasantly surprised because I forgot I had this set. This is called the Transport Ferry, and it's set number 4997, and it was released, sorry, I gotta look over here, it's 2008 with 1,279 pieces. Why is this important to the city? Well, it's a ferry. And you guys know, if you've seen my city, which I will show you in a minute, that it has a large waterfront, and it's gonna be even larger as the city grows. And this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. I want different boats in the water, and here we go. We have this ferry. Now, this is old enough that back when Lego built this, 4-stud cars was the rage. It was all the rage. But the good news is, if you look back here, this will support 8 studs wide. So that means that even though we only have a 4-stud car, the ramp is 8 and the inside of this is 12, so easily we'll be able to put the modern cars on here instead of this guy. In fact, this guy is going to disappear and I'll make something else with the pieces. But here we go. Here's the Transport Ferry. I do like it a lot. It does have this little interlocking thing. It has a lifeboat, which looks very similar to the movie with Tom Hanks and the Somali pirates. I don't remember the name of it, but anyway. The other thing that it has is when you do this right here, you unlock it, you can actually pull this little lever right here, and when you do, it causes this to open up to allow you the car off. Get the car off. Well, that sounded wrong, but you know what I meant. And it locks again, and it does have a thing right here for anchors, but it didn't come with the anchors. The good news is, in my collection, I have a few anchors, so we're going to be able to put those anchors right on there with no problem. So I'm excited. I built this today, and we're going to stick this right on the city. I don't really have a spot for it right now, so it's just going to sit in the water. I haven't built the waves yet, so it's going to be okay. It'll just kind of fit in for right now, but we'll make it fit for real when we get to that point. Speaking of that point, let's head out to the shop. I gotta get dressed up. This is an Idaho winter, and if you're sick of me complaining about Idaho winters, well, just wait for a couple months and I'll be complaining about Idaho summers. But let's go ahead, let's head out, and let's go see what the city looks like. So for those of you who wonder why I complain about Idaho winters, this is why. Out in the shop right now, it is 37.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, to my people in Minnesota or Canada, you probably think that's not that cold. But to this original California boy, this is colder than a witch's tit on the South Pole, or the new saying that I've heard, it's colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. Anyway, before I forget, these videos are Enzo approved. Now, I did promise that this was going to be a video about the state of the city, not my joke. So here it is. As lovely and as beautiful as it is covered in plastic for 2 reasons. Number 1, I had to have the shop worked on. The supports are falling apart. This thing was not built properly. Imagine that. Anyway, it was built putting 2x6s together and nailing them rather than a 6x6 post, which is the proper way to do it. Well, with the weight going down on it, these things started to separate. So I paid a contractor to come in. I could have done it myself. I know how to do it. It's just, I was busy with the move. So I had a contractor come in, and they drilled holes all the way through it, put plates on each side, a bolt all the way through it, and then a nut on the other side, and squeezed it back together. And they did it on all the 6 posts, and they put 2 bolts, one towards the top, one towards the bottom, to keep this whole thing together. So when they were drilling, you could see that post is right next to it, and it was going to make a big mess. So he asked me, he says, "Do you have something to cover this with?" Sure do, right here. So I covered it with a quick piece of drop cloth, is what it's supposed to be. And well, after they were done, I was like, well, this is gonna sit for a while. So number 2 is dust, because it gets very dusty out here. I live on a dirt road. Yes, I live towards the end of the dirt road, but there is some traffic, and every time someone goes by, there's a big cloud of dust. So this is what the city looks like. I'll be back when I take this off and unveil what it looks like underneath. So until I build the waves, this ferry that I just built is gonna sit right here. Now, I will move her because, well, I mean, the ferry's obviously not gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna have to build a dock and stuff so the cars can get off. But for right now, we're gonna place this sucker right here, and she is a beauty. Okay, so underneath, here's the first problem. This one didn't survive. It got hit when they were bringing some stuff in, and the pieces fell over the floor. I've got it in a bin down here. I do have most of the pieces to put it back together, I believe. So I will be doing that shortly. This one was also a casualty because they had to bring a board in to shore up something else. And when the guy came in, he hit this one, splitting it in half, hit this one, knocked it over, and you see the result. So I'm gonna have to fix that. This has also come out of its resting place where I had all the pins on it, and it won't just go back in. So I'm gonna have to scoop all the pieces out, dust it because it got dusty, put the boat back in, and then put the pieces back on these little, they call them pips, but they're 1x1 round plates. And as you can see, everything else about the city, well, I guess this fell over too, is still intact. We still have the cliff, we still have the cafe, and we still have, I forgot what this is called, the snack shack. We still have the cliff. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This was a beauty. You see, I couldn't find this Spider-Man subway, and it's set number 4855 in case you're interested. And so I created this for the same height, and actually it was a little taller, and I tried to create it the best I could with spare parts real quick, just for a measurement of the subway. Well, as part of the move, which didn't happen by the way, I was going through my stuff looking for Java's sail barge so I could do the video. I still owe you on that. And I found this. And so this allows me to put this right in the subway, which, by the way, it fits perfectly. And so this is no longer needed. So that is the state of the city. Not much of an update, but it is an update, and I will be working on it. And we do have Wi-Fi in here that covers the whole shop. So I'm going to do some live streams out here, and that means I got to buy some propane because that's really the only heat that does anything good out here. These little electric heaters, they kind of make a spot warm, but the one that sits on the propane tank, whoo, baby, gets it pretty toasty in here. Anyway, I'm going to get some propane, and then we'll come out here and we'll do some live streams because I can. We'll fix this up. We'll continue the cliff wall. We'll continue the subway. We'll just keep going. And the big thing I need to do is I actually need to finish this wall over here. This is the south wall. I need to put insulation. I need to put electrical in here because those black cabinets that projects I've been working on, replacing my dark gray ones, those were made by, oh gosh, I don't remember the name of the company. Same ones that make the gun safes. They quit when they were bought out by the Chinese. The Chinese says, we like your gun safes, so we don't like your cabinets. So they quit the cabinets. I can't buy any more, so I switch over to Acro Mills. I've ordered, I believe, enough Acro Mills to finish moving everything from the old stack on, that's what it was, the old stack on to Acro Mills, but I don't have enough room to hang all the cabinets. So I need to finish the south wall here. The south wall, though, is not going to be easy because I need to put electrical in there. Then I need to put insulation in all of it. But I'm going to create a little room over here as my studio so that I no longer have to be in the house. I can have everything in one spot. And, well, when I do that, I need to put soundproofing because you can hear the road. So in a certain section here, I'll need to put both insulation and soundproofing. Then I need to work on this west wall here. And then you put insulation in there throughout the whole thing. Electrical is already in this wall, so I don't have to do that, thank goodness. But there is a lot that I've got to do out here in order to get all this done. So stay tuned. I will have updates as I have money and as I have time. All right, guys, if you'd like to help the channel, here's a couple ways. Head over to Bricklink, buy from my store. You do that, you help me out. And you get pieces you need, I get the money I need so I can keep this going. Or you can just head over to PayPal. I do have a link if you want to make a direct donation. Some of you have, and I sincerely appreciate it. And as a way of saying thank you, I will put that thanks in the next 3 videos or live streams mentioning your username and thank you. I won't say how much you donated, but I will say thank you. Another way you can help the channel is the marketing department. Get the word out there. Let people know, hey, look, see this guy's city? This guy really thinks of every detail. He's awesome. I mean, look at this. It even has my ex-girlfriend in here. That's how detail-oriented I am. Look at her. Ain't she a babe? Anyway, I put all kinds of jokes. I put all kinds of details. And if you want to let people know, share a link to this channel, be my marketing department. It helps me out. Another way you can help me out the channel, it doesn't cost any money, because I know some of you can't. And that's okay if you can't donate financially. That's totally fine. Because if you share links, that helps me. And also, if you watch another video right after this one, it helps me. The algorithm loves it when you guys watch more than one video in a row on the same channel. And that's any channel on YouTube, because it just triggers the algorithm that, hey, you know what? People are spending more time on this channel. Hey, maybe I need to let more people know about it. So hey, if you want to play with artificial intelligence and tell them where to go, that's what you do. All right, guys, be good to each other, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on my next video.